Hello and welcome to Rathods IAS Academy. Today in this session, we are going to see current affairs of 3rd July 2024. So let's get started. And here I'm taking Delhi edition. So whichever you're having edition, so you can take that edition. So there is no problem with Delhi edition or Hyderabad edition or any edition. Okay, so this is our front page of your Hindu. Okay, so this is your front page of Hindu. So there is one article which is appearing very big in this front page. So let me read the title first. Okay, title says 116 people killed in a stampede at prayer meet in Uttar Pradesh. So here you have to focus on the stampede. Stampede is nothing but if there is any religious possession is happening, so you'll be saying a very huge number of people they will be gathering, and because of that they will be facing some problem. Okay, so this is once is an incident which happened in this prayer hall, and because of this stampede, about 116 people they died. So it is not a small matter. So 116 people they lost their life. So here there is a chance of getting a case study on this incident in your ethics. And if you're writing this year mains 2024, so this type of case studies you can expect in your essay. Okay, essay and as well as even in your ethics also you'll be getting this type of questions. So here, what are the questions you can get like, so they will be explaining you this real life situation and they'll ask you that you are holding so and so position. So what are the options you will be take? Okay. So first one is you may get question like, what are the options available to you? Okay, what are the options available to you? First question. And second one is you have to evaluate each and every option. Evaluate means, in simple words, you can write merits and as well as demerits. What are the merits and what are the demerits of each and every option? And next, you will be asking one more question. What is your course of action? So, what is your course of action? So, in this three ways, you can get question directly in your ethics case study. So, this will be for 20 marks. So these three questions for 20 marks in your ethics. Okay, so you have to be prepared in this way. And next, if you move on, there is nothing much important in our front page. We will be leaving the city page and we'll be moving on to this page. But here, there is one important article. It is talking about mosquito breeding. So GHMC prepares action plan to check mosquito breeding. So where we can connect exactly? So we can connect with our environment and ecology and as well as science and technology, right? So this topic is talking about mosquito breeding. So why we need to focus on this topic? In science and technology, in GS paper 3, you will be studying about this topic called as diseases, right? Diseases. In this disease also we have two types of diseases. One is communicable disease and next one is non-communicable disease. One is communicable and non-communicable. So what is the difference between this communicable and non-communicable? Okay, so let us understand from this basics of word meaning. For example, communicate means whenever you're talking with someone or whenever you're engaging with someone, whenever you're shaking hands or whenever you're hugging someone. So in that way of communication, so there is a chance of spreading of that disease from the patient to another healthy person. So such an example of that disease is called as communicable disease. For example, you can see COVID-19 and even other diseases like cholera, etc. And non-communicable means even if you're communicating with the patient, there is no transfer of or spread of this disease from the patient to you. For example, lung diseases, heart diseases, cancer, okay, diabetes mellitus, like that. So those are non-communicable disease. And actually, why this mosquito is related to disease? Because there are many diseases which are transferred because of this mosquito bite, right? So they are called as vector-borne diseases. They are called as vector-borne diseases. Okay, some examples are dengue, chikungunya, malaria, okay, West Nile disease, like that. So we have some diseases which are caused because of this mosquito bite. And in this mosquitoes also, there are specially some mosquitoes which are belonging to so and so class. Like we have female Anopheles mosquito, and next one is we have Culex mosquito, we have Aedes aegypti mosquito, like that. Okay, to control this vector-borne diseases, like the diseases which are spread by this bite of mosquito, so the step we have to take is we can control breeding of mosquito, or we have to decrease the population of mosquito. So here this is important from your science and technology, and especially in science and technology we will be also studying about gene technology or genetics, right? Okay, gene technology. So to control population of mosquito and to decrease the spread of diseases after the mosquito bite or before mosquito bite, we will be using some genetics or gene technology so that we can alter this mosquito population, or even after the bite also we will be not getting disease. Okay, so these are the steps we can take, and this part you can add in your mains. Okay, especially advantages of gene technologies in controlling of this vector-borne disease. So in all these areas we have to see this topic, and it is not like a single topic, we have to connect with even other subjects. Okay, so what is this article saying? So GHMC prepares for vector control operations, and actually this exercise which is doing mainly to prevent mosquito breeding and dengue spread in Hyderabad. Okay, so here they are preparing the vector control operations and prevent mosquito breeding, and as well as they want to especially spread this dengue. So normally in this monsoon season what happens, there will be increasing of spread of this dengue and vector-borne disease, so we have to control that. So one second guys, Bharat, you can start with your anthropology and sit in my room. I'll come there after once my recording is done, and I'll give you the questions. Okay, so that guy cleared prelims and he's our own students, our student, so we are giving coaching for mains also, so I'll be taking extra care for him. Okay. Yeah. So next, if you see some important points which are given in this article, so they are saying that yes, we are going to have a potential outbreak of dengue. So because of this, we need to take some extra steps to control the spread of dengue, right? So for this, GHMC is addressing this issue, and how we can decrease the population of mosquito. So in the mosquito life cycle, we will be having different stages. So in every human or any organism we have different stages in life cycle. So if you see this mosquito, they belongs to insect family. So egg stage, larval stage, next one is pupa stage, and next one will be adult, and again adult will lay egg. So this is the cycle, right? So here especially we will be focusing on this larva stage of mosquito. So for example, I think many of you might have observed that if you're storing water in some vessel for 3 to 4 days, and if you're keeping outside, you'll be seeing small organisms. They will be moving here and there. They are nothing but larva of this mosquito itself. So mosquito breeding sites are nothing but wherever there is water which is stagnant, which is available, and whenever we are storing water for a long period of time, so that will be acting as a breeding grounds for these mosquitoes. So here GHMC, they are focusing on especially anti-larval operations to control this mosquito population. And next one is you're also focusing on carrying out of effective vector control operations. And for this, how can we how can we avoid this? Like how can we decrease the population? So for example, if the staff are not coming, and if they are not participating, whether this operation will be success? No, right? So for ensuring of the staff attendance, we are focusing on accountability and as well as efficiency. So for increasing of accountability and efficiency, we are using this facial recognition apps. Okay, so in governance, how can we increase efficiency? We can use artificial intelligence, or we can use ICT. For example, we can use this facial recognition. So you can add this point, like recently GHMC came up with this anti mosquito breeding operation. In that they used this facial recognition to increase accountability, because already in your ethics you have this word accountability, Whenever you're writing that, you can add this type of examples, and you have to make a note of this kind of case studies to improve your score in your ethics. Okay. And next one is they started this drive of identifying where the dengue hotspots are there in this region, right? So in that regions, first they will go and they will do this type of exercise like controlling of mosquito population in this region. And even local area representatives and community leaders, they are also going to take part in this anti-larval operation, so that they exactly know, local people, they exactly know like where there is drainage water is leaking on, where the storage of water is there, everything, right? So they will be taking these operations. And next one is deputy commissioners and entomologists. Entomologists are nothing but the people who study about insects, and the study of insects is called as entomology. So here now entomologists and as well as commissioners, they are focusing on inspection programs, whether they are going or not, and they will be doing some anti-larval operations, everything, and they will be also inspecting like whether these programs are going on as per the required guidelines or not. So that is also very important, inspections. Okay, so if you want to implement something, you need to know like whether it is going on a right pace or not. Okay, and now I want to give you information regarding how we can use genetic engineering methods to control this mosquito population. So it is very important. And even in 2023, about Wolbachia method, you got question in your prelims 2023. So they gave a very simple question. Recently, Wolbachia is in news. What it is related to? Related to mosquito controlling. That's it. That is an option that gave. So if you know about this Bolbachia, you might be easily clearing that question, right? So in this genetic engineering methods, we have two types of methods. First one is gene driving technology. Next one is modified mosquito. In modified mosquito, we are altering one important protein of mosquito. Okay, so first one is this gene drive technology. So especially in this technology, we are altering the specific genes of this mosquito, and we are making mosquito sterile. Sterile means they cannot produce their offsprings or next generation. So if you're stopping next generation, automatically what happens? The population of mosquito will be controlled or decreased. So this is the first one. And next one is we are making mosquito modifications in their genes, and we are reducing female offspring survival. So whenever females are decreased means the male population will be increased. And which mosquito will be biting you? Obviously female mosquito, but not male mosquito. Male mosquito will be just dependent on the nectar of plants or animal, or like any water species, nothing, it will be not biting, it will be not taking blood. So why blood is important for this female mosquito? Because so ultimately who will lay egg? Female mosquito will lay egg. For this laying of eggs, they have to maintain the warmth. So for maintaining of warmth, blood is very much important for mosquito. So because of that only, mosquito, female mosquito will be biting us to suck the blood. But male mosquitoes, they won't lay eggs, so they don't need blood. So they will be feeding on just nectar. That is nothing but fruit juices like that. Okay, so flower juice or fruit juice, they will be depending on that for their survival. But female mosquito, just for its reproduction purpose itself, it will be biting humans or any organisms or any animals. So we will be altering the genes of that. And next, I said about this Wolbachia, right? So it is appeared in your 2023 prelims. So here in this Wolbachia is nothing but it is itself a bacteria. It is normally present in many insects. And this method, we are introducing bacteria into this mosquito population wantedly. Okay, whenever we are introducing this bacteria into this mosquito population, so we will be getting two effects. So first one will be, it will be interfere with the reproduction process of mosquitoes. Okay, it will be altering the reproduction process. So whenever there is altering the reproduction process, there will be no next generation. Okay, so this is the first thing. And next one is, it will be inhibiting the replication of certain pathogens in mosquito. So that what happens here is that whenever mosquito which is carrying even the disease causing organism like microorganisms, so even after biting also, it will be not causing diseases to the humans. Okay, So that is about this Wolbachia technique that we are using to control this mosquito population and even to decrease the transmission of diseases through this mosquito bite. Okay, so these are the advantages of this Wolbachia technology. And that is the thing you have to focus. And if you move on to editorial page, so there are two articles which are important. Yes, actually I want to show this article, it is very important. Yeah, title says Telangana to decentralize its fight against drugs. So here the keyword you have to focus is decentralization. Centralization means nothing but concentration of power at a certain point. It's called as centralization. Decentralization means we are giving power to someone. That is called as decentralization. So in polity, you will be coming across this decentralization because whenever you are reading your local self-government, so local self-government, you will be having panchayats and as well as municipalities. So establishment of panchayats and municipalities is an example of decentralization of power. Okay, so here now, who is the responsibility to look after this crimes against drug abuse or everything? So we have state government, police, etc. Right? So now this article says that yes, Telangana state government which asked filmmakers and short film makers to come up with the short films to make awareness about this drug abuse, substance abuse, etc. So because of this, they are coming up with decentralization of drugs or decentralization of power in this Telangana state to address this issue of drugs. So why it is important? Because if you see the data here, narcotics control cells and 4 narcotic police stations, they identify that more than 1892 cases they were identified and lots of money had been confiscated, everything. Okay, so there's lots of crimes which are going on in Telangana state regarding this drug abuse, everything. So because of this, yes, they want to control this. That's it. And next one is your editorial page. So here in this editorial page, this article is very important. It is talking about mixed signals. So this article is talking about key industrial sectors. Okay, keyword is key industrial sectors. So this is also called as core sectors of our economy. Why we need to focus on these core sectors? It comes under your industry. Okay, it comes under your industry. So how many sectors are there normally in our economy? We have primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. Primary sector is agriculture, secondary sector is manufacturing, and tertiary is service sector. So all these sectors, they will be contributing to our GDP. We are calling it as economic growth. So for proper economic growth and development, all these sectors need to be worked properly. Okay, right? So if this secondary sector, which comes under industry or manufacturing sector, if it is not performing well, whether it will be contribute to our economic growth or GDP? No, right? So we need to identify each and every sector how they are working. So here in this core sectors, we have 8 important sectors and this article is talking about how these sectors are working and which sector is working how. Okay, like that they give some data, we are going to see that. So first of all, you have to know about all these 8 sectors. I want to give you mnemonic FERNS 3 C's. F is for fertilizer, E is for electricity, R is for refineries, N for natural gas, S for steel, 1C for coal, 1C for crude oil, 1C for cement. If all these sectors are working well, then we can ensure that yes, manufacturing sector is contributing good to our overall gross domestic product, right? So now let us see what this article is talking about exactly. So this article is saying that in some of these core sectors there is slowdown. In which fields? So in oil, crude oil, in fertilizers, in cement, there is a slowdown. So they are showing about the signs of weakness in our economy. So now we are facing weakness in these sectors crude oil, fertilizers, and cement, they are not according to the expected level, so they are not working that much. And next one is, what is the reason? Reason here is because of heat wave. So we discussed that till last month, before starting of monsoons, before getting rains, northern India is having huge temperature increase and they are facing a heat wave. And even there was one editorial that we discussed, they are going to declare heat wave as a natural disaster, right? So because of this heat waves, in this construction sites, they had been affected. So if there is no proper construction work is going on, whether there will be demand for cement? No. So it is a one important reason for decrease in the demand for this cement. And in construction we'll be using steel for pillars, everything. So for this steel and this cement, there is decrease in demand. The reason here is heat wave. So whether this topic is only economy related? No, even there is a dimension we can add, that is environment. So how economy and environment are related? I asked you one question in the class, right? Understood? So because of heat waves, there is decreased contribution of cement and as well as steel sector to our GDP, right? So for that, we need to maintain a balanced environment. Are you getting the point? And this one is, even Purchasing Manager Index survey is saying that is factory activity in the June, which is going to have some increased output, and we are saying there is some fast pace because in the June month monsoon started. So whenever we are getting rains, so there is decreasing of temperature, and again what happens? So this work will be get continued at a very faster pace, so that whenever construction sites are working good or they are showing good performance, means they will create employment opportunities. Whenever they are creating employment opportunities, ultimately that will leads to economic growth, that will leads to increasing of demand for goods and services. For example, if I have no work to do, I am not taking any classes, just I am sitting idle in home, I will be not having any money. If I am having no money, I can't go to bakery or to get anything, I can't place any demand, okay, any order, okay, anything, right? If I have money, then only I can go out and I can buy whatever the things I need. So because of this, construction sites are very important for providing employment opportunities and for contribution of our economy. Understood? Because these two core sectors like steel and as well as cement, they are related to this construction sites. And next one is job creation. So now actually, if you see in this 2024, job creation is very fast paced in 19 years. So it is one of the positive sign that we can see in the labor market. Okay, so this is the one thing that we can say, yes, we are going to have like good job creation in India. And next one is, one more problem that we are having in our economy is inflation. So every day you will be getting article in Hindu. There will be no Hindu newspaper without inflation. So inflation is one of the important problem that we are having. So these all are the problems that we are having in our core sectors. So what we have to do? So our Union Finance Ministry, our Government of India, they need to take proper policies and they need to give some support to these industries which they are not doing well. Okay, so that thing that is given in this article. Clear? No doubt, right? Okay, now let us see what are the policy and regulatory frameworks that we can do. So I said like our economy is not doing good, but I already said in this conclusion, like, so government need to take some steps. So which kind of steps it have to take? You need to get some idea, right? So what are the steps? The first one is, government can focus on ease of doing business. So what are the regulatory procedures are there, what are the bureaucratic hurdles are there, like licensing, everything. So we have to make them very easy. Okay, there should be less interference of humans, so we can increase ICT for applications, everything, so that there will be good accountability and transparency. And this one is, government can provide some tax incentives, subsidies, grants for this manufacturing sector, and government can promote this small and medium enterprises, because the small, micro and medium enterprises, they provide lot of employment opportunities. So government need to provide support for them. And next one is infrastructure development. So government can develop industrial zones, government can develop some industrial parks, and government need to provide proper availability, government need to ensure the proper availability of power and water, transportation. So if you're having proper infrastructure, automatically that will leads to contribution to GDP. And next one is government can focus on technological upgradation. So whatever the technology we have, so it is outdated technology in almost all industrial sector. So we need to upgrade our technology. So here we can use artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics, and we can upgrade this so that we can increase our production, we can increase our efficiency. Within less amount of time, we can produce many goods and products so that will be adding to our GDP. And the next one is what are the skill we have? So we don't have proper skill. I think many of you will be accepting with me, right? So we have to focus on skill development. Okay, so how skill development can be increased? Like some vocational programs, training, awareness. Okay, so those can be done. And next one is if government is supporting financially also, it will be very helpful for those industries, especially for small, medium enterprises, so they can increase their production base, so they can increase their employment rate, everything. Okay, that is a financial support. And next one is quality standards and certification. So whenever we are establishing any industry, we have to follow the quality. Quality is very important. So based on the quality only, the growth of that that so and so industry will be there, right? So quality should not be and never should be compromised. So we have to focus on quality. So how can we say that yes, quality is there? We need to come up with certification. So if you see any food item that you want to take, we have FSSAI certification, or like Agmark will be there. So like that, what are the products you are producing? So try to get certification from the authorized agency so that we can ensure that we are providing quality. Clear? So when you are providing products with the quality, ultimately your product will be having good demand in the market. So if your product is having good demand, there will be increasing of your production. Ultimately, that will accounts to GDP and as well as growth of our country. Clear? And this one is yes, you are producing the items. If there is no market where you can go and sell, so you need to have proper access to the markets. That's the thing that government need to focus, and government need to provide some e-commerce platforms like online platforms to sell the products. And next one is sustainability and environmental consideration. So whenever we are focusing on economy, we should not compromise on our environment, because heat stress having impact on industries like cement and as well as steel sector. So in the same way, if you are compromising on our environment, so we cannot promote sustainable economy. We cannot promote circular economy. So for that, yes, we need proper environment laws to be followed. And next one is innovation ecosystem. So always we have to focus on new innovation, new technology, startup hubs, innovation hubs, etc., so that we can attract more talented people and we can collaborate with different institutions, etc. And this one is we have to monitor and we have to evaluate. So what are the data analytics we have? So how these industries are performing. So we have to use the software and we have to imply there and we have to know how these are performing. If they are performing good, it's okay. If they are not performing good, you have to give some suggestions like how they can improve their production, how they can improve their performance, etc. So these are the measures that government can take to address this kind of issues. Clear? Any doubt? No, right? Okay, online students, any doubt? Okay, the question here is discuss the major challenges faced by manufacturing sector in India. Suggest comprehensive measures to overcome these challenges. And in your answer, consider policy, infrastructure, technological and skill development aspects. So all these need to be addressed, and in this way you will be getting some what complicated questions in your UPSC mains. Okay, now let us see next article. It is about your artificial intelligence, digital jurisprudence in India in an artificial intelligence era. So this article is talking about GAI, that is generative artificial intelligence. And this topic is at most important from your GS paper 3 under science and technology. And if you're going to write this year mains, guys, you have to focus on this generative artificial intelligence technology. And there is 99% of getting question regarding this topic in your mains. Okay, now let us see this article. Okay, so this article is talking about whatever the legal framework. Legal framework is nothing but law or act which is present in India to regulate this generative AI which is facing challenges. So this article just said about what are the challenges regarding the laws related to generative artificial intelligence in India. Okay, so what are the key insights? The first one is we have some legal challenges or regarding law challenges. So first one is because of rise of generative AI which poses some legal challenges, especially liability fixation and copyright protection. So here someone says that it is my own content, someone says no, it is my own content, so we don't know whose content is this. So there is a copyright violations will be happening. So here there is no law in India which deals with this copyright protection. So this is the one important issue. And next one is safe harbor protection. So application of this safe harbor protection to generative AI tools remains a challenging. So now even there is some debate which is going on regarding so where we have to protect this content. So from where they are getting content, we don't know. Okay, for example, you are using this chat GPT, right? So whenever you are using this chat GPT, we don't know exactly from where it is collecting information, whether it will be referring all the authenticated documents or not. So always we will be having a question mark. So that thing it is saying about. And as I said about this copyright conundrum, so whatever the existing copyright provisions are there, so they need to be revised, they need to be amended, or some what are the changes we required, we have to add them. That is the thing. And even because of increasing of science and technology, so one important challenge we have is right to privacy. So which information you are sharing, so what are the information you are sharing, how they are using. So right to privacy is also an important cause of concern now. And next one is there are some suggestions which are made. Okay, for example, we have sandbox approach. So in the sandbox approach, we have to prioritize legal compliance and we have to focus on the data acquisition, and as well as we have to address licensing challenges of the generative AI. Okay, so here whenever you are writing about any answer regarding generative AI, so you have to include this sandbox technology, we can use that. Okay, so if you are using that, we can prioritize legal compliance, we can focus on this license challenges, etc. Okay, that is the thing which mainly gave. And next topic it is about France India study partner in green growth. So what is the keyword? Keyword is green growth. So here you have to understand what is this green growth and what are the examples of this green growth. So how can we ensure this green growth? So this will be important from both your economy and environment. So this topic is intersection of both your environment and as well as economy, and this topic is important from your GS paper 3. Here now let us see what this article is saying about. So France and India, they are going to like improve their partnership in this green growth, especially this partnership is called as partnership for the planet. So whenever you are writing any answer regarding India France relations, so in introduction you can write about this partnership of planet. Okay, so here, what are the key highlights? So this article says that India and France, they are going to have a very strong partnership, okay, especially in this field of green growth. And they are coming in with this AFT group. Okay, so AFT group is nothing but it is related to France acquisition group, I think so. So 1 minute, I will let you know what is this AFT exactly. So AFT is nothing but yeah, French Development Agency. So FD is nothing but French Development Agency. So actually, this French Development Agency, they have the financial commitment, and even this agency will be supporting some sustainable development in India. So because of this, we are going to have the future green growth agreements with France. And especially they are focusing on the sectors like energy transition. Energy transition is nothing but moving from non-renewable energy towards renewable energy. And next one is we are focusing on urban development, and we are focusing on biodiversity conservation, and even especially we are focusing on reducing of inequalities. So in all these areas, so this project will be focusing on. And this one is even they are also having focus on climate and gender focus. Majority of this agency, They are focusing on climate change related issues, and especially they want to promote gender equality. And next one is even private sector plays a very important role. Okay, private sector led projects like for example in India we have Sahyadri and Kwaidira investments. So they contribute to sustainable development and community impact. So whenever you are writing about sustainable development, you need to add this type of examples, that is Sahyadri Kwaidira investments. And this one is yes, India and France they can sit together and they can talk about the future growth and future in which areas they have to invest everything. Okay, now let us see what are the key aspects of this green growth. I am saying about this green growth now. So what all will include under this green growth? So first one is whatever the resource are there, we have to manage that resource sustainably. And this one is we have to focus on very low carbon development technologies. And we have to focus on new research and development, new technologies in this green growth. And next one is we have to focus on sustainable infrastructure. We have to focus on creating of jobs in this green growth field, and even we have to improve the skills of the people in this green growth, and we have to focus on circular economy and also environmental governance, environmental politics. So what are the laws which are there regarding environment, so we have to focus on that. And last here we have to focus on inclusive growth. So whenever we are talking about this inclusive growth, it is a very big phenomena. That means go in that growth we have to include each and everyone, so there should be no exclusion criteria for that growth. So such type of growth is called as inclusive growth. And next topic is Jaishankar to represent India in place of Modi at SCO summit in Kazakhstan. So the keyword here is SCO, and you may get a map based question from this article. So which of the following members are the part of SCO? Which of the following countries are having observer status? And you have to see map of this Kazakhstan, and even you have to see map of France, and there you have to see which are the countries sharing boundary with France, which of the countries sharing boundary with the Kazakhstan, and what are the water bodies which are present near, or else if there is any river, so where it is flowing, everything that you have to see. Okay, now let us see this summary of this article. So our External Affairs Minister, he represents India at SCO summit in Kazakhstan. Okay, so what are the highlights? So here our Prime Minister, he decided to skip this SEO summit, but finally we are going to attend this. Our External Affairs Minister, he will be representing India in that summit, and especially we are going to highlight some important issues or engagements with Central Asia, and we will be focusing on strengthening of strategic partnership with other countries, and we will be focusing on economic ties, connectivity, and combating terrorism. So these are the some important areas of focus. Okay, that's it. And if you see some facts regarding the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, so it is a regional intergovernmental organization. So it is founded in 2001 in Shanghai, where it is located in China. So what is the important aim of SCO? They want to promote political, economical, and security cooperation. And especially they want to maintain peace, stability, and development. So these three are very, very important things. And next one is if you're talking about this SCO members, so as I said, we have 8 members which are part of this grouping. So who are there, and you have to remember them. So first one is India, next one is Kazakhstan, and now it is going on in Kazakhstan. Next one is China, next one is Kyrgyzstan, and next one is Pakistan, and Russian Federation, and Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan. So in middle, I want to say you one fact. In Middle East countries, so we have 5 different stans. Like here we have Kazakhstan, here we have Kyrgyzstan, here we have Uzbekistan, and here we have Tajikistan. So we have 5 stans there. Okay, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Uzbekistan. So actually, Turkmenistan is there. No, Turkmenistan. So this Turkmenistan, it is not part of SCO. So you'll be getting question like which of the following are the members of SCO, and they will include this Turkmenistan for sure, and they will ask you to identify which of the following are part of this SCO. So wherever Turkmenistan is there, it is not at all the part of SCO. So that thing that you have to focus. And next one is other countries which are having this observer status in this SCO. First one is Afghanistan, second one is Belarus, third one is Iran, next one is Mongolia. So these countries, they have observer status in SCO. Okay, so in this way you have to prepare if you are getting any organization in news. And if you move back to your news page, so most of the articles are political articles. There is nothing much important. And here you can see this article of Assam floods, and here you can see Naxals. So now and then you can see this topic of floods, Naxals, etc. in news. So we are not going to take this topic separately. So we had enough discussions on that. Please do revise the topics. Okay, let us go back to science page. So in science page, there is one important article, guys. Yes, this is science page. You can see article that is two vaccines that brought us to brink of eradicating polio. So polio is one of the deadly disease. It will be having impact on your neuromuscular system of your body. So it is caused by what? It is caused by polio virus. And we have vaccine, right? Okay, so we have polio vaccine to eradicate this polio. But even though we are having, like, India is a country which had been eradicated this polio. So that is the thing that you have to know. And in this text and context, you can see this article regarding on improving rural mobile connectivity. So here you can see the data which is given by telecom subscription data, which says that 127% while rural tele density is 58%. So urban areas, they are having more connection compared to of rural connections. So here you can see this gist part. Okay, so an important factor impeding the deployment and the use of cellular networks in rural areas is relatively lower income people. Here, a big chunk of rural population finds mobile services unaffordable. So the important reason why there is less connectivity, because so the people who are living in these rural areas, so they are earning very less, so that they can't go for taking of the subscription of internet. So because of this, if they are not getting profit, why these telecom companies go and establish towers there? No, right? So that is a reason which is given here. And here you have to see what measures can be taken to control this. That's it. So these are the very important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. So by this I concluding. And one more thing here is, so we launched current affairs course, and we also launched a mains answer writing program. So if you have any queries regarding that course, you can call me on this number 8074765513. And one thing is, if you really like this class, please like the class. And one more thing is, do share this class to your friends, and do subscribe to Rathods IAS Academy. And thank you so much, guys.